Yes.
Sure, Farhan. Farhan, I wanted to ask you about an investigation done into UN peacekeeping into the essentially sale of UN police posts in MINUSCO and MINUSTAH by the Ivorian mission to the UN here. It's an OIS report that was finished in August that described at least 10 peacekeepers that paid bribes to get their positions. And it made some suggestions that those 10 lose their jobs. One, I wanted to know, be removed from their posts. Did that happen? And two, what was done in terms of the Ivorian mission? I've heard that, in fact, very few changes have been made, and it seems to go to the heart of the credibility of peacekeeping if jobs are being sold. And why wasn't this report made public until it was made public informally late last week?
Well, first of all, OIOS reports are all eventually made public, but first they go for follow-up and response. And I believe we're in the phase of responding. I believe the Department of Peacekeeping Operations is studying the report and will seek to find ways to follow up on this. But this was, as you know, corruption found by our own internal oversight, and it's now up to us and to the member states involved to follow up on the recommendations. But by the way, when you speak about the Ivorian mission, you're not talking about the peacekeeping mission in Cote d'Ivoire. That's
no.
It's the permanent mission of Cote d'Ivoire,
Absolutely.
which is a separate.
The deputy permanent representative is named as having received bribes.
Yeah, that's of course outside of our responsibility.
But what I'd like to know is why does DPKO give a role to individuals like the deputy permanent representative of Cote d'Ivoire in choosing individual peacekeepers to serve in MINUSTAH or MINUSCO in this, as is revealed in this case?
No, as you're well aware, peacekeeping and police contributions come from member states themselves. Mm-hmm. What happens when member states provide contributions is, of course, we get the contributions of individual members for peacekeeping contingents, for police contingents, from the member states themselves. And so that's part of a general dialogue that we engage in with member states.
But does DPKO have the countries certify that they haven't collected bribes before sending the individuals out? Because it seems like if this could happen in one case, there's no reason to believe it doesn't happen in other peacekeeping missions.
It's certainly what our expectation is that countries will do this while respecting the full tenets of integrity as they submit names. Of course, we do not make decisions for governments. Governments make decisions for governments, and we have no way of changing how governments go about their own internal processes. That's up to them. But at the same time, if we find corruption, as we did in this case, we report that back to the government and expect a response.
Just one last question. I really appreciate this. I guess I want to know, is it possible to get a statement from DPKO in terms of what steps they've taken? Because the report says that in April 2014, Herve Ladsous was informed of this. And I wanted to know, because I've heard complaints within even the Ivorian mission that nothing was in fact done. So I appreciate everything that you've said from the podium. Is it possible to get some specific response from DPKO, what they did in the 10 months since they became aware of it?
We'll certainly try to do that. As I've said, I believe the response is ongoing, but we'll have to see what has been accomplished at this stage and what remains to be done on that. Yes.